Okay, hello and welcome everybody. It's time for another non-duality chat, and today we're here with Indira. Hi. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
So lovely to see you. We haven't connected in a while.
I know it's been a while. I think you did ask me last year, but
Mhm.
it just didn't. But you came to my mind. Oh, I don't know, 2 months ago. So it's working out.
Yeah,
So
I mean it always it falls into place when it's supposed to.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
remember we were in a couple of, or at least like a few Zoom calls together in the beginning when I just had like discovered non-duality.
yeah.
But then I don't know, you know, kind of go with the current where it takes you. So I ended up in like other Zoom calls instead, and I don't know. Are you still doing the ones with Michael Jeffries or
Yeah. I still, whenever I get a chance to Wednesday night, I attend that meeting. Yeah. hmm
that's your crew?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I enjoy the pointings and the energy in there. So I find it to be very grounding. So yeah.
So how did your journey with non-duality start?
Well, I didn't even know what non-duality meant. I never knew what that meant. I I was seeking for a very, very seeming long time, came from Christianity, that didn't work. Of course, I did Al-Anon step work, said that I found God there. But and then I did metaphysical. I was very much into the metaphysical world for a while there, and A Course in Miracles, studying a Course in Miracles, and then I got into the affirmations, and something just didn't feel right. Something felt really, it still felt artificial. And then one day I saw an interview with Angelo DeLulu and Rick Archer. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And I was looking at Angelo share his experience, and I just saw something. It was in his eyes. There was just that energy, and I was attracted to that. I was drawn to that. So then I started watching him. Fast forward after all of that, I even got his book, which was a good book. Uh, there was still, I was still looking. And then one day, I contacted a friend of his, and we had this conversation, and he said, go to Liberation Unleash and get all your questions answered. And when you're done, give me a call back. So that's what I did. It was October and November. I joined it, and I got a guide, and I was asked questions. And I would get up 3 in the morning to answer these questions because I was like bursting at the bit. They just had this, just wanted to see. And as I was typing, I was feeling into the questions, and some of the questions felt complicated. And I would write that down, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, this is just thought. Everything I was writing down was thoughts.
Mhm.
And I was like, wow. I would just feel into the question, and then questions about responsibility. Do you feel like you're responsible for everything, or something to that nature? And I was writing it down. I'm responsible for this. And then all of a sudden I realized there is no responsibility here, because what I started to see, I felt into the questions, not, there was no thought process to the questions. It was intuitive to feel into them. Was that I just started to notice my hands were typing. The hands were typing. I was looking around, and I started seeing, breathing. All the attention from thought went to here, went to all of the sensations.
Mhm.
And I was like, it's right here. It's right here. It's nowhere else. And there's been like there was such a in the beginning it was like it broke the spell. It broke the I was hallucinating, or I like to call it beingness. You know, it's just quiet, neutral. Here's beingness, and here's Indira as a flight attendant, responsible, but this has always been here. And so it just felt like a relief, a huge relief that like all of that jealousy and all of that just like collapsed on its own. How, I don't know. It's just not here. And everything just became really vibrant just in my apartment, you know, just like, and then the sensations of breathing and thoughts. There's nothing wrong with thoughts, you know,
Mhm.
like they are a part of the whole. It's okay. And I started to see thoughts as funny and it trying to help in its own dysfunctional, fucked up kind of weird way.
Mhm.
And then you know there was a love. I would say the first month there was just crying and just like it was almost like good God, the glasses were always on the head. It was right here the whole entire time. But I was addicted to concepts and stories and thoughts, and that's what I believed myself to be. And it's I'm not none of that. And then that pink cloud kind of fell away, and then thoughts came back and said, oh, you didn't get it, and doubt came in, and then that was integrating, and then I was like, oh, those are just thoughts coming up trying to protect. It's just fear thoughts.
So there
Trying to
was kind of a honeymoon period or something?
I
Like,
felt like for about a couple months there was, yeah.
mhm.
And then life happened, you know, which it always does. And then the mind's like, see, you didn't get it, and blah blah blah. And I would just look at that as just a thought trying to protect itself. But really, what was happening was fine, even though it didn't feel fine at times. And that was okay too. Sensations, anger, sadness, frustration, um, all of those emotions became okay. It became there, no judgment on those emotions at all.
Mhm.
And that to me is freeing, Andrea.
Mhm. Yeah, complete freedom. Everything's allowed. Like whatever is there is there. It's already allowed. Like it's not allowed by me. It's just, you know.
Yeah, it's almost silly, right?
Yeah, it's already there. I mean, but
Yeah.
so when was this happening? Or like
Okay. It was in 2023, uh, October, November. So November was like I guess, when I realized it's here. It's when I was able to see clearly. I didn't even know what the word, and then all of a sudden, what does enlightenment mean? What does liberation mean? You know, like because I was identified with the story and imagination that I had to get liberation and get enlightenment. So it's nothing like that. It's very natural. And it's what we all have, Andrea. We all have this,
Mhm.
you know, but not everybody sees this within themselves, yeah, or senses it.
Would you say it was like a gradual thing for you, or more like one moment where it shifted for you, or?
Gradual, and then a moment shift.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then it was like right here. Yeah.
And the years since then, has it like how has it unfolded since then until now?
Um, there were some challenges in the last 3 years, you know, financial challenges and situational stuff happening. Um, it felt messy, and that was okay, you know. But it still didn't take away what this is. It doesn't take away beingness, you know. I would say that yes, there were situational things when I look back that happened. It's not happening now, but yeah, there was. there was anger that happened, frustration, confusion, not confusion about this, but just, trying to get things done on a financial level, and it somehow all worked out. But there was some messy moments of emotions. I'm not going to say there wasn't. There were triggers, and um, I feel like my job is, no matter where I go or what situation happens, they're just great mirrors. They're just great mirrors, and triggers can happen, and they happen on the plane, and there's just a moment of felt sensation of that in the body, and then it wiggles its way out eventually, but there's no more like legs hanging on to the story of that
Hmm.
particular situation or person like it was before. I call it legs. There's no more legs to hold on to in in that way.
Hmm. So would you say everything like kind of moves through more effortlessly or
Yes. Yes.
smoothly? Yeah.
Hmm.
So how is Liberation Unleashed working actually? Is it always like the same set of questions for everybody that
Uh,
Sorry.
it's a really beautiful community. I don't even remember the questions, but uh, I don't remember a lot of it. The only thing I can remember is that when you join, they assign you a guide,
Hmm.
and the guide will connect with you via email with questions. And I was telling I was talking to Eshwar about this. I said, I don't feel like I would have ever seen this without the inquiry, at least for this body
Oh, you feel that
mechanism.
way? That it was like a necessary step or
Yes, yes, for me it was. Yeah, it was the only way to break through the delusion, or break through the spell, or whatever you want to call it, hallucination. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting to hear because I mean, people have so many different viewpoints on how you're supposed to do this or not do it, or oh, it's so much, so many opinions.
Yeah.
You can get a little bit fed up with it sometimes, but
That's
you just have to go where you're pulled. I think like the system is so intelligent. For each person, they know what they need to get like for their specific unfoldment. Like.
Oh, I love what you just said. The system is so intelligent. It really is. It really is. There's more of attention on the sensations, I will say that, and less agreement with thoughts. Do you
Mhm.
know? And if I feel like the day just goes by, I mean, it's been going by quick since I went in my 40s, and now I'm in my 50s, but I feel like it's different. It's like snap. Like, was I just there? Did I just get on the plane? Did I just get, it's like, because I feel like it's just, that's the only difference. One of the differences I see is that everything feels just very fast.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah,
Immediate, I guess people say as well.
very good word.
Yeah.
Yes, that resonates. Yeah, immediate,
Mhm.
very immediate. Beautiful.
But with the sensations in the body, do you feel like you is it like natural or do you direct your attention to like do you tune into the body or like
Yes, it's natural. It's natural. For example, I'll give you an example. The memory comes to my mind is on the plane, somebody got upset because I didn't ask his son for ice in a cup. I remember, explaining to him, sorry, it wasn't personal, but I could feel his energy, and I felt triggered by that. I can remember feeling the anger in here, and I just sat down in the back of the jump seat and just sat with that. Yeah, there were words, of course, that associated with that, but I focused. There was more of a natural attention to go to where the sensation of the anger was, which was in here and in the stomach area, and I just sat with it, and it was okay. It was almost like if intuition had words, it would say, "See, this is not hard. It's okay. Just be here." It's almost like the emotions want to be felt and want to be seen, you know. And then behind that is absolutely nothing. It just like evaporated on its own. Um,
Do you feel like also a lot of people talk about the like emptiness in things? Do you see that as well, or?
Emptiness. You mean they're trying to word the unknowable? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I guess that things are not so solid anymore. Like, I mean, everything, nothing being everything is like a phrase you hear, you know?
Yeah. I mean, some people can take that to, you can also make a thought out of it, make an idea out of it, but nothing is everything. It's almost paradoxical. Um, it's actually beautiful. I find it to be very beautiful.
Did your actual perceptions shift, like your sight or your visual field, how you see things, or?
Um, Before the shift, yes, and then even after, it's just stayed. I mean, I find that the visuals have stayed, depending on the circumstances, or if I'm not busy or whatever. If I'm driving, sometimes I'll just, yeah, that everything seems or looks very immediate, very close. Even here, I don't have to go out to nature. Everything is just that was different too. But it was always here. I just never seen that before, like the walls and just the colors and everything is just, yeah, very immediate. Everything is immediate. The chair in front of me is immediate. Everything is here.
Mhm.
I don't know what over there means, even though I may use that in language to communicate with people in this world. Everything is immediate. It feels immediate.
Because I find that's one of the things it's very easy to like want to imagine how it is because I've heard a lot of people describe it, that it's almost more like 2D than 3D, like space is different
Yeah.
somehow.
Yes.
But it's impossible to imagine like when you don't experience it.
Yeah. What about you? Can I ask you? Do
Yeah,
you?
sure. I
Yeah.
mean, because I mean, I see in 3D, so
Sure.
it's so fascinating,
Yeah.
to hear about this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you for saying that. I'm not alone in this. Yeah. So in my bathroom, there's a window is open, and there's a huge tree. So when I see trees now, I don't see the word tree. What is that? I just it just looks bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It still looks like that to me. Even houses look fatter. And in the bathroom, and while I'm cleaning myself, I sometimes I'll just stare at that tree, and it does look three-dimensional because it looks like it's like here's the, okay, let's say forget tree, the object, and then it looks like it's like going like this, like I'm going inside of the tree. And I remember the first time I saw this was a couple years ago, and I spoke to Angelo, I thought about it, and I said, "Am I going crazy? I mean, is this?" And but to answer your question, yes, I still see that. Not all the time, but I can still see that when the body is calm, and if I'm just walking outside, or but yeah, the perceptions, the visuals definitely,
mhm.
yeah.
So do you feel like you're inside your body, like located in your body?
Mm, mm-mm. No.
No, that's also what people say. That's also like a mind fuck too,
Yeah, right. No,
when you're not uh,
no.
like there yet, because it's so like it's so ingrained, or it's like a natural thing that of course I'm in my body. Like that's how, that's how you're brought up, or like culturally, or
Yeah,
so that's so fascinating to me. Just that
yeah,
part.
yeah, yeah. Oh, laughter is wonderful.
So how would you describe it instead then, or like if you could put words to it, or
Put words to
how you experience where you are?
no separation. There's just no separation
Mhm.
to anything or anybody or any just there's just no separation. Um, I lighter, a relief. There's just an okayness um, with with where I am right now, and no matter, even especially if there's sadness that happens, there's such an okayness with it. There's such a full on allowance with that. It, and then it's not there anymore, you know. So I would say just freedom, liberated from the addiction of thought. I guess that's the best way to say it. I mean, thought is part of the whole. It comes up on its own. I'm certainly not doing that. Um, but I would say liberation from the addiction of believing that, of thought, believing that I am the thought. And what you and I are is just so natural and so quiet and so non-reactive, and it's just right here always.
Oh, beautiful. So there's never a subject object
No,
experience. No.
it's just for me I just feel like experience just happens and then it's gone.
Mhm.
So that to me feels freeing too, because who would hold on to that? I would ask myself, who would hold on to that?
Free flow, free fall.
Yeah.
Did it feel scary at any point when you were like loosening the grip, or?
In 2023, I don't know how, but the only time if there was like so much fear was when I had vertigo. Had vertigo for like 3 weeks. I And there was a lot of fear that came through. Um, but I would say that I don't know. I just feel like everything is allowed, even the fear. You know,
But do you think the vertigo was connected to the constructs kind of crumbling, or?
that's a really good question. I had spoken to someone about that, and she said the same thing you said, because all of a sudden now the system is the same, but it's changing in that there's so much more attention on. There was a habit of the attention and going outside of itself. Now the attention is here. So I feel like on some level what you just said is correct. I think it had something to do with that. The mind was probably freaking out. I don't know, because it's like
Right. It's a bit of a recalibration, or something
yeah,
else than what you're used to. I mean, yeah.
yeah. And then that was thank goodness. It was a very uncomfortable sensation, very hard. It was challenging, and then that was done. And I just feel like life is just it's just easier. You know, it feels easier and smoother because there's no longer that judgment of whatever does come up. And if it is a judgment, it's a thought that can be seen through very quickly. And if fear comes up, that's a wonderful opportunity to just sit feel wherever that fear is inside the within the body. That's because the sensations are dormant sometimes and they come through the body, and it's great to sit with that. Sometimes an hour or more, but there's more of a movement to do it because I there's like when I'm able to do that, the spell of the thought that would say you're incapable of handling this emotion is gone because behind it is just is peace and love. I don't know any way to say it. It's just a relaxation. It's really cool to sit with the emotion and not tie the story to it. There's a big difference. There was a time when there was a belief that I couldn't handle all these emotions that come up in the body. Um, you can't handle this. Let's numb out. Let's do this. Let's do that, to try to distract.
Yeah.
And now there's more of a movement to just not distract and just sit because behind it is absolutely nothing once it's felt through.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's been my experience.
No, that's beautiful. Did you ever feel drawn to like guide other people or talk to other people?
Yes.
Are you doing that or?
No, but I have. I have.
Uh-huh.
I'm drawn to people. Actually, I believe Angelo asked me to do. I forgot what it was called. One on one. I for some reason, just like with you, I could never find the time to do it. But um, yeah, I would. That would be wonderful. To sit with someone.
Maybe it's gonna happen at some point.
Who knows?
Who
Who
knows?
knows? And just trusting. I love the unknown, Andrea. It's like who knows, like just trusting the unknown too is just fantastic.
Mm. Yeah, that's what it's all about, right?
Mhm.
To be able to stay in that, or like, yeah, not to distract or try to figure things out or try to stay in control or.
Yeah. Everything always works out. It just works out.
Yeah.
There's just an okayness with it, with everything here.
Oh, I love that. Mm, maybe that's a good note to end on. That feels so yummy. Yeah.
Oh, so nice talking with you.
Yeah, lovely to see you. And hopefully we can talk again at some point. I would love that.
Okay. Have a
Much
great,
love.
much love.
Take care. Bye
You
bye.
too, honey. Bye bye.